Hi everybody, and today we are going to be doing part 6 or 7 of building my iconic bear castle. Today we are going to do the walls. Now again, like last time, I have made a little story for us. So make sure to stay tuned. So what I want you to do, guys, but before we do a story, let's just move on to this. So before you do that, what I want you to do is I want you to grab brown glass, like this type of glass, and just outline the bear door, because we want, that nice shade of brown so that it doesn't cover the whole bear, because we don't want a fully covered bear, do we? I think we really don't. In my vision, I don't think we do. Anywho, nearly done. Alrighty. I believe that we're done with that one. Now, what I want you to do is, once you've gone from the ear, or shall I say the kind of glass, like from there, we're going to build it up to here. So I'm going to do a nice story time to pass time, starting now. Once upon a time, in a little village, I saw crystal clear windows that were the shade of sage. I loved sage so much. It was a really good shade. A very nice petite shade. I started to take some, not knowing what it was to do. Some people warned me not to go near this house or to take anything from it, but I never listened. Here's where it gets crazy. So I was walking back with the glass in a bag when somebody who was probably the owner of the house walked up to me. I said hello. They said, "What's in your bag?" I didn't want to tell them because obviously they were the owner of the house. I just said something like this. "Oh, just some stones I collected." And then the unexpected part was that they took the bag away from me and they peered in. The bag was, let's just say, pretty much, it was pretty much dirty because I was walking in mud from their house. I know they live near a swamp. And they were so surprised because this glass was camera glass, so they couldn't see it. That's how they tried to stay safe, the camera glass. I was so relieved. I kept on walking, but I thought that I was saying it in my mind, but I accidentally said it out loud. Oh, I'm so glad I got away from stealing glass from their house. But then, as soon as I said that, the owner turned back around and said, "You stole my camera glass, didn't you?" I didn't want to confess, because I was not a big Confessor fan. I didn't really not want to get grounded. But I knew I was an adult. But as well, I didn't want to get arrested. So I said, No. It wasn't your camera glass. I mean, like, a different someone's camera glass, like my enemies. And then they stared me in the eyes and they said, Am I your enemy? Now, I didn't want to say that to them because they weren't my enemy. I just met them. So I said, oh, no, no, no. Of course you're not. You're too kind. And as soon as I said that, they looked at me again. And then smiled. And they said, well, I'm glad that I'm not your enemy. I would never want to be yours. That struck me. That was so rude, I said. Maybe I should get him back in some other way of not hurting him. But my instincts were too weak. I would not do that ever to a nice gentleman. So I did the obvious. I helped him with his bag. He was like, what are you doing? I never told you to help me. But with kindness, I just said, oh, no, it's fine. It's just I wanted to help you. He smiled at me again with those teeth that had dentures in them, and they accidentally fell out onto the floor. And I knew the most polite thing was to do was to use my water to clean them. He was so relieved. And I was so lucky that I got away with getting the camera glass. But apparently I actually did confess. I'm sorry, sir. I actually did steal your camera glass. But kindly the man said, oh, no worries, it's fine. I was actually selling it. I just didn't want to make you feel like you just did that. Yeah. And I was so surprised. He wasn't mad at me at all. He was selling it. And he said that he would never be mad at me, even if I did do it. But I was lucky enough to get away with that. But Twisteroos happened after he definitely was angry. 'Cause I kinda stole the whole entire thing. And then I kinda got hit. But the best part was that after he didn't actually mind that I stole it. That was weird, I said. He didn't answer back, I said, very cautiously. Maybe he's just playing around with me, old fellows play around with their buddies all the time. I did not know what I was saying. The old man looked me in the eyes and said, I never had a buddy. Now I was so shocked. Why would he not have a buddy? Is that the only thing he never had? A buddy? Of course it is. Because he literally told me. With tears in his eyes. I felt so sorry for him. I tried to help a hand, but then he said, it's not your fault. I know it's not my fault. I mean, I'm not your consequence. Like, seriously, why would I be the problem? But he looked pretty sad. I lended him a helping hand, which wasn't that good of an idea. I gave him some money and he walked back to his house. Everything seems normal. Until this happened. Apparently he was actually somebody who did something bad. So he got away with stealing money. So he got arrested, obviously. Like, why would he steal my money just so that he could be free from jail? That doesn't make any sense. Plus, it's so rude. Why would you steal a gentleman's money? They need money to survive. Anyway, so I saw him in prison and I was very disappointed in him. He looked at me with that face that he had when I gave him the money. And I said to him, "You ain't getting my money again. I know what you did with my money." He looked at me confused and said, "What money?" Obviously, he wasn't paying attention to me. At least, that's what I thought. He actually was, and he actually wasn't the person who stole my money. I was super confused, and I kept on saying sorry 1,000 times until the man came. He looked at me with those poor eyes again. I said, "You ain't getting my money. I know what you did." But obviously, this was again not the person. They obviously thought I was here to give them money to escape and buy some other stuff. But I wasn't. I was here to talk to that man. Anyway, he started coughing right. He needed some medicine. I did not know that. That was a fact. He wasn't stealing my money because he wanted to have something bad. He just needed some medicine for his throat. And again, he kept on doing this. He kept on saying sorry. I said it was okay, at least for now. And then 20 spinaches later, he was literally out again having my money for not medicine. I was so frustrated at him, I wanted to literally put him back in jail. So I signed up for a police officer job as the only thing I could do to get this person. So I did the polite and kind thing every police officer might do. I helped him with his luggage, I did all of the sorts. I even helped him with his medicine. It was actually not medicine. And I said again, I caught you again. Why would you do this with my money? He just stood there like he didn't understand. Because yet again, it wasn't him. Why did I just put that away? Why didn't I just put that money away? Yet again, he stole my money and used it to get something. That wasn't, yet again, that was not medicine. Apparently, he didn't need medicine. All he needed was some meditation mindfulness to cure his brain of not stealing money and stealing stuff. Now, I didn't want to accuse him of doing anything bad. And apparently, neither did he. He didn't want to be accused. Nobody would want that. Especially not me. So I did something that I shouldn't have, which was get everybody inside in my house. It was a bad choice, because everybody is now begging me to keep them. And I was the one who was supposed to be going down. But this villager, oh boy, did he not want to be disturbed. He never wanted to be. He literally ran out of the hole. So did this one. They instantly coughed, like over and over again. And don't even get me starting when they were munching in prison. They were literally at the table munching on strawberries, and their literal munching sounded like this. Literally. They did not even stop. Not even for a second to drink water. They kept on going like. Every single day. I got tired of it. Okay? Don't judge me. I'm not the one who literally went into prison because of stealing. But at least they weren't allowed to escape for the rest of their lives. I treated them kindly, they treated me poorly. That was how they rolled. They just wanted people's money to pay the government enough to get out of there. The government had to change. Because he kept on laying thieves out when they gave him enough money to be freed. I do not think this should have been a rule. So, they were actually in prison for the rest of their life, so they couldn't repay the government, not even if the policeman got triggered. I became president. They all kept on begging and trying to give me thousands or millions of dollars when they only had $1. Because their brains were the size of a rice grain. But anyway, it wasn't even fair. I wouldn't even get $1 million from them because they are way too cheap. They would never let you on slides. You had to pay them, even when they became a waterkeeper. They took all the money for themselves from every single job they had. Every single one. So, excuse me, but I'm not gonna allow anyone free from prison. Ever. This was the president's fault to even make a single rule about that. It's outrageous. Outrageous to even speak of it. So outrageous. Now, I don't want to be a fool, but honestly, you guys don't get to just have our money for no reason, just to be free from jail. We don't care. You're not going free from jail if you did something bad. That is it. And I immediately demanded the president to change me to president. And I actually gave him enough money for me to be president. He inspected me, seeing if I've been in prison before, which I haven't. And then he said that I am free to have the job. So I was now the evolved president. Who, even if people begged me on live streams, because I was a YouTuber / president, even if they begged me on live streams or videos or in the comments, I would not let them out. Literally. Even if they offered me the job of being a toilet cleaner? No way. I live in luxury now and I want to stay that way and never be bothered by these people again. Like never, ever, 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 ever in a million times, never. I absolutely don't want to be. Honestly, why does every single person need to want to be free from jail? I mean, everybody wants to be free from jail, but if you did something wrong, you have to do a little time or for the rest of your lifetime. People don't care. They are relieved that you're in prison if you did something bad. But I don't think any of you will become prisoners. Because this isn't a true story. But anyway, I'm just going to say that prisoners don't get to be free by money. They have to be free by spending their time that they have to do. I mean, yeah, it might be so much time that you get so tired, but literally, I don't even care now. You're just gonna keep on doing it. I'm not gonna even do anything about it. There's no reason. There's literally no reason to even do that. Anyway, we are okay across from here. So that as they coughed like this as they left into their cells that I didn't even care that they were in. They literally had to spend their time. 2, 3, 4, 5. They counted in their cells each day. And again, the next day, they counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 days of being in prison, they helped. Why would they do this to us? They wanted revenge. They literally wanted revenge. But I wasn't in the mood for any sort of people to be in my way. So I calmly said, "Gentlemen, you aren't free to go. You have to spend your time while your time lasts." They were disappointed, let me tell you that. They were so disappointed. They did not want to be here at any sort of state. So, after they were set free, they never did it again. It's so nice that they never did it again. Because the best part, you don't even have to do something bad to be able to be loved. You can be loved by your family, your friends. Just don't be bad and they'll like you. Listen, I don't want to judge anyone, but I think that's best for us to be better. Listen, I'm not trying to be someone who's mean. I don't want to be that person. But I just think that people who go to prison just deserve to spend a little time. Just a little time, not a long time like a million years. And you can't, and if you want to try and if you wanted to divide your time, let's say you had 11 hours, half of 10 is 5. Half of 1 is a half. So put those together and you get, what is it? You get 5.5 years. So 5 years and a half year make 5.5 years. So maybe just spend your time. Get friends. Get anyone. Just get someone. Oh, it seems like he wants to escape. Hello. Maybe you should go back into your pillar, that's what I suppose. Like I said, just get somebody to do something for you. It doesn't matter who it is or what they've done. Just get someone. No, you don't. Just explain to them that you're sorry, that you don't want to do it again. And that you didn't mean to do it the first time. That you want to change. And that you're trying to change. Your time will change you. Trust me, it will. Just spend your time, I said to all of them. Say the truth. Do what you're told. You'll be a perfect person. I know it's okay to make mistakes, guys. I've made mistakes myself. You just need to be a nice person. That's all that matters. Just being a nice person to anyone or everyone around you. Just be that person that somebody wants to spend some time with. Be with. Just be that person. They all agreed. After that, we had no trouble with them. No trouble. Not even one singular piece. Nothing could stop them from being nice. They were all pleased and they all went back into their hotel rooms. Well, cells, let's just say. And they were all relieved that they didn't, go. Because they wanted to be here. Somebody who shared kindness with them. It was real to them. They never knew. All they knew was that somebody was nice enough to give them some time of theirs. To give up some time just for them. They were too nice. They were appreciated now. They just had it. They loved it. They loved what they got. And they got what they got. And they were happy with what they got. They were 100% happy. Don't forget, be the kindest person you can be. Whether it's at a petting zoo or somewhere else, just be kind. And stuff will start to change in your life. And they really didn't want to be held in a cage. But they also didn't want to be held somewhere where they couldn't be held. They didn't want that. Oh, so what's going on? Just be honest, just be kind. Honesty is the best policy. Trust me. I might have started something, but I'm pretty sure that I didn't start a fight. And something for this video, make sure to like it and share, but really you don't have to. Just do what you want. Well, it looks like cats and chickens might be a good idea. Wow, okay, it was not. Okay. Maybe just maybe we could put a fox where the chickens were, so the foxes won't. These foxes are so chunky. We got ourselves a little baby. We got 2 babies! Are you kidding me? We just went into a loop-de-loop. Thank you. Okay, so we won't have these ones. Okay. What else? I think I have the perfect idea. Since cats are my favorite, I'm gonna make a, oh wow, a bunch of black kitties. Okay, an orange kitty. Okay, different cats now. Okay, the most are black. Okay, most are still black. Black. Oh, we got ourselves a calico kitten. Oh, oops, sorry. Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. Okay, more. Satisfying. Okay, 2 oranges. Oh my. I'm really wanting another calico. Please, can it be? Why is there a regular cat in the like the Jaguars section? How is that possible? Come here, come with me. Come with me. There we go. Unleash. There we go, I guess. Okay, we're done with that. We got our animals, petting zoo, whatever you want to call it. Oh yeah, the thing to the royal garden. But first we have to finish this bear thing. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, perfect. Okay. Yeah. But there's a twist here. This nose is gonna be bigger. And there is going to be a curved face. Because I do curved faces. Here we go. Let's do this. Well, okay, fourthing nose. Okay, that way everything is, this way we have all the stuff that we need. Anywho, up for another story and down for another story. Let's do this. So basically how I kind of got some attention towards myself. So I was walking down the street with mom and dad. So was my friend. I can't tell you her name because I just don't want to tell you her name. Anyway, so of course I love walking down streets. They're my favorite place. Streets, I sing the word streets. It's someone else. My friend anyway, now we start singing it. My parents are chill. I say, take a chill pill. And obviously the only common sense is to laugh. But in this scenario, my parents weren't laughing. I didn't know why. And I'm about to know why. So, my parents didn't like that joke. I got grounded. Obviously. And, well, let's just say I did nothing wrong. They thought that I did. I didn't. I said I didn't. I got grounded for 2 more months. And then let's just say one of my friends invited me to a sleepover, which was the exact same one that got grounded as well. But this was a secret sleepover where the parents didn't know. I was too cautious to go. What if my parents saw me on the security cameras? What if I get grounded for 2 more months? So the only thing that I would do is say, sorry, I can't because, well, you know, we got grounded, remember? And she said, ugh, why are you always so boring? She literally scoffed at my phone. On a voice message, and my volume was turned up the biggest length it could be. 100% loud. Now, I didn't know this because, you know, I was listening to the street song on full volume. That's why I got grounded, by the way. But they actually heard it. My mom's not a deep sleeper. She literally before bed says, I will know if you did something wrong. And she was not lying any of those times. She can literally wake up the sound of a mouse sneezing. And I know it's not achoo! But surprisingly, my mom can't wake up with loud sounds, so I start sending her very loud voice messages. But then I hear my dad coming. I turn it off and go back to sleep. My dad cannot sleep with loud noises on, especially not this one. So frantically, I, did what came naturally. I turned off my phone. I made sure that there were no messages, especially not the secret sleepover party one, because I did not want my dad to find out. He can literally ground me for a year if he finds out. Anyway, so I was down for the sleepover, but it wasn't tonight. That's when I saw it. There was an invitation, and do you know what it said? It said, have parents' permission. Obviously, her parents knew about this. Apparently, her brother wrote that message. He edited it. Now, it wasn't like that before, so I started freaking out. But then I realized that it was normal. You can have a sleepover party with a parent's permission. Why can't you? That's like literally the best thing you could ever do. Have a parent's permission for a sleepover. But this sleepover was different. We were gonna be with a lot of other people that my parents knew didn't know their parents. They were my friends that my parents have never seen. And I know, yes, they don't know if it's good for me to go with them. But what I did do was saying, okay, sure, I'll go ask my mom. And then her brother frantically, who was trying to get out of trouble for stealing my friend's phone, frantically said, yeah, okay, meet you on Sunday. It was Friday. So I frantically, on Sunday, started packing my bag as quick as I could. But I'm pretty slow at stuff. So in reality, I was as slow as a sloth. And sure, I was not that good at being quick. But I was good at being stealthy. That was like the only thing I was good at. Till it hit me. Mom was standing in my room the whole time. Now, I didn't want her to notice that I was doing something bad. So I said, oh yeah, Mom. I coughed. Now, I forgot that I was allergic to her dog. So, what came naturally is, I can sneeze through text messages. Literally, these are portable phones. You can do anything you want with them. And I was like, oh no, this is gonna end badly. I frantically started pulling on the door that led to outside, trying to escape. Mom didn't let me. Like always. She said, hand me your phone with the messages still on. Now, you guys know me, and pause the story. Guys, this isn't actually a real thing. So what came naturally was I just handed it to her. That was what came naturally to me. But why? I don't know. It was just me that did that. Not my rainbow-colored sheep named Jeb. It was me. And it's obvious that people don't like being startled. So let's just say I kinda brought in a couple of animals from the wild, like a panda, a horse, and a rainbow sheep called Jeb. But I brought multiple horses, 1 sheep, and 2 pandas. I could not believe myself. Why did I do this? I was basically just trying to get in trouble. I know. It was not good news for me. I didn't want to get in trouble. But surprisingly, my mom wasn't mad at me. which was confusing. Why wouldn't she be mad at me? Well, let's just say this. She didn't care. Literally, she did not even care that I did that. She didn't care that I was down for it. She literally let me. She let me. And she said that this was all a prank. Every single bit was a prank. I can't even believe it now. It's not funny, I said to her, yelling. It was so funny, honey. Just don't be a little puss about it. She said it. Yep, you heard her. She said it. I was so upset now. She said that this was a prank and that was funny. Oh, I scoffed really loudly to make her ban me from having sleepovers. She said, if you don't get grateful that you're even having a sleepover, then why even go to it? And she shut my door. I sat there crying. Don't even ask me why. I don't know why I did that. I don't. Anyway, the pandas kinda weren't a success. I had to push them in. But once it was a success, I wanted the dribbly nose one. So I got out my sword. Let me just pause the video until I get 2 slobbery ones. Now once I got the 2, well, 1 dribbly nose one, I liked it. And I loved the dribbly nose one, especially the blue eyes. That was my favorite part about it. But wait a minute, did they have the special dribbly nose baby? Did they? I was looking at their baby, trying to figure out, and they did. The dribbly nose baby. It was real. Oh boy, was it real. I was so proud of them. They had it. It was so cute. I was especially lucky. I wanted them to have another one. Once I put them away, they loved the bamboo, let's just say that. So, I saved some stuff for later. Let's just say in my empty thing. And I got it bamboo that filled my entire inventory. The pandas literally laid there, one asking for some. I loved it. They were literally having another one. But did they have one? No. Well, I guess they are. But they didn't. I thought this was a coincidence. But when I saw it, it wasn't. Not even a single bit of it was a coincidence. The baby wouldn't eat. And the baby kept on snotting. I I felt so bad for the baby. I decided to break the bamboo just for the babies. The pandas loved it. I love seeing them so happy. But they were gonna get really big and chunky now that there's so much bamboo. And surprisingly, the babies didn't eat. Hey, you. I'll offer you some bamboo. Hey, you. Hey, you. I'll offer you some bamboo. Hey, big fatty one. I'll offer you some bamboo. Yep. The little one was just sneezing everywhere. They look so good in their new family formation. Now this panda, for some reason, wasn't getting out, so I had to push it out so they could all enjoy bamboo as a family. And of course, I never let some old bamboo go to waste. So I dropped the last pieces of bamboo. They didn't eat. They literally didn't eat the bamboo that was under their necks. I was literally so mad now. They were literally not eating it. Except, oh, well, one was sneezing really badly. Well, let's just say that they had a good night feast. Anyway, that was the end of today's video. We will be finishing this catastrophe in the next one. Bye!